Hello, everyone. My name is Blessing James. I want to take you through this radiology coding from the CareerWize Virtual Internship. This is a radiology report, and the patient's name is Dickinson Blair, and he's 40 years old. He's a male, and the date of service is recorded as August 6, 2022. In this radiology report, we have the procedure that was done as the chest X-ray. That's why we see a chest one view, and it was a single view of the chest using the X-ray. Then also we have a comparison here, meaning that there is a comparison between these results and the one that was previously done, which was done on the same date. And we have history of recent pneumonia, and the findings is as recorded. On the single plane upright portal view of the chest, the tracheostomy tube remains in satisfactory position. There is again noted to be bibacillar atelectasis. This has decreased since the prior examination. No other significant abnormalities are noted. And we have as the impression decreased bibacillar atelectasis and also improving pneumonia, and it was detected by Gregory House, an electronic sign by Gregory House. So now for we to code this procedure, first we must have to understand what was really done. And from here, we see that the radiologist there was an X-ray that was done, and this X-ray was, the report is being given to the radiologist to analyze the results and give its own findings and recommendation. So we have that the procedure done is the chest X-ray single view. And you all know that while coding, you have to always write down the procedures and the diagnosis so that you'll be able to assign the code when you are ready to do that. So we have as the procedure done as X-ray single view of chest. Then let's go back to the diagnosis to know what really happened. This patient has an history of recent pneumonia, and I feel they want to confirm if the pneumonia is still there. But from the report, we have come to know that this patient already has a tracheostomy, which we know that it's an artificial opening in the trachea, and this was done previously. And from the report, we see that this tracheostomy is in satisfactory position. That means there's no problem with it. So this, we need to assign our ICD-10 Z code to identify the status of this person, that this patient has a tracheostomy also. So you indicate that down. Status of tracheostomy. Then going ahead, from the reports, you see that there is again noted to be a bibacillar atelectasis, which is a partial collapse in the lungs. So we have to note this down also. And finally, in the impression, we have this diagnosed decreased bibacillar atelectasis, which we have already noted that. And also, the report says that the pneumonia is also improving. So that means there's still presence of pneumonia, but it has improved, but we still have to put that down. So now let's go to find by code to see how best we can assign codes to these diagnoses and the procedures. First, we know that the main reason for coming to this visit is the pneumonia. So we'll go with that as our first listed diagnosis. Searching from the index, we have pneumonia here, and it's unspecified. There is no influenza on it. There's no lung abscess. So we go to pneumonia unspecified. Here is also a code first note, which it says code associated influenza if applicable, but there is no influenza here. We don't have any documentation of such. So we don't do that. And we also see our excludes here. Go over these excludes. We don't have any of those these diagnoses also present in this report. So we have also a use additional code to identify, okay, any exposure to environmental tobacco smoke. We don't have any of this around in this report, so we still move. I always love to open the section guidelines. All right. So we now have our code as J18.9 as our first listed code, J18.9. That's the pneumonia unspecified. Then also we have to choose the second diagnosis, which we have as the bibacillar atelectasis. Also searching through the index, you have atelectasis, we have partial, we have pulmonary, all right? So you now see that these are atelectasis, and we have a newborn. This patient is not a newborn, is 40 years old, and we have also primary or newborn. And if it has to do with tuberculosis, but there's nothing of such. So we go for J98.11. We open it and see the exclude index. Okay, so we assign that J98.11. Then also there's presence of an artificial opening, which we have to also indicate this in our coding, tracheostomy. So, and they said it's in a satisfactory position. So we assign code for that. I also love to use the index to, at this time, to show this. If I type on status, yes, status post. Let me search if I can see tracheostomy at once, then we'll go for it. Now we'll use another option. Okay, we have here tracheostomy. Set 93.0. All right, here there's an exclude one note said artificial opening requiring attention or management. Code it to that's the tone code, which is an exclude here, but at this point, this was in satisfactory position, so we don't consider that from what we have in the report. Also, reading through the common language description, we can see an explanation of how it's done, what tracheostomy is all about. You have to take time and read through it. Okay, so this tracheostomy, and it wasn't a gastrostomy, but good. We pick our third code to be Z93.0. Now that we are done with the diagnosis, let's go then for the procedure that was done. which is the X-ray of the chest, single view. Go to our index, go to the CPT, and you can choose to either go through the anatomical side, which is the chest, or you can choose to go through the procedure. But now at this time, let's move through the procedure. We have the X-ray there, and let's look for chest. Okay, we have this. Say chest X-ray result documented and reviewed. Then this is let's look at this. All right. So we have here radiology exam of chest, single view, frontal. But this is a deleted code and we can't use this. Let's see what we can get from the instructions here. In our CPT guidelines, it's recorded that 71010 has been deleted. So to report, use 71045. Since this has been deleted, find a code that has directed us to where we can get the updated code for this procedure. Let's confirm that. We have here the radiology exam chest single view, and that's exactly what it's been recorded there in that report, that a single view of the chest X-ray was done. So we pick as our X-ray code to be 71045. All right, so now let's input our codes. We have our first code as J18.9, which is the pneumonia. J18.9. The second one is J98.11. As for the atelectasis, J98.11. Then the third one is the Z93.0, which is the status post tracheostomy, C93.0. And we go back to put our procedure code, which is 71045. 71045. And we append this procedure with modifier 26. This radiology, so what we have here, this radiology report is just being sent to the radiologist to do a recommendation, to view it and explain what is really happening to it. So to show that it's only the professional component that was done for this report, we append it with modifier 26. So let's sum this up and see what we will get. All right, we had our ICD codes correct. We had the principal diagnosis code and also the other diagnosis, we had it correct, and also the CPT codes is also correct with the linking. So I believe with this we'll be able to go through our radiology coding with ease. And if you have any question while working on this radiology report or any of the radiology reports, you can still reach out to the support or through the tutors and mentors for help. Thank you for viewing this video.